Hey guys, happy Friday. Hope you had a great week. All right, going to start with the story, which is completely off topic, nothing to do with financial planning, but we're friends. Okay, so I'm going to tell you this story because we're friends and I think you're going to like it. As you know, I train at F45, have done for a little while. On Wednesdays, I train with a mate who has a gym. We do different stuff. Anyway, during the day on Wednesday, my wife, Nat, says, hey, we didn't do F45 this morning. Do you want to go train tonight? I'm like, yeah, definitely. So I've messaged Sue, who's a friend of mine, great client as well, but more so a friend, and said, hey, Sue, did you train this morning? What was it like? And she texted me a photo. She said, yeah, I trained. A photo of her arm with a broken arm. She'd broken her arm. And I'm like, what the hell? I rang her up and I go, Sue, what happened? And she goes, oh, I went to training this morning at 45. On the very first exercise I was doing, I tripped on this step and I broke this bone in my hand, the scaphy or whatever it's called, the scaphoid or something like that. Anyway, so I'm Googling it, never heard of the bone before. Wow, that's terrible. You know, she got a broken arm. She's out for maybe 6 weeks. Anyway, long story short, Natalie and I go to training at F45 at 5:45 Wednesday night. Same exercise. I tripped just the same as Sue did. And I broke the same bone, the scaphoid, in my arm as one of my best friends did only like 12 hours earlier. So there you go. 1 minute 20 and we haven't even started, but we're going to start now. Me and my broken arm. All right, we've got a client's case study this week. It's one of those cool little things that you don't know about or the client doesn't know about. We're going through his situation and a little bit of gold. We've got a little bit of a gold nugget for this guy. So let's have a look at James. All right, this is the one where we need to talk about the advice, the general advice warning. What I'm going to talk about here is of general advice. It's general in nature, okay? Please don't go out and do it. We need to be specific on your situation, just as we're going to be specific with James's situation here. So he is 65. He just turned 65 last month. He earns $140,000 a year. He lives in New South Wales, working in the mines. He has $244,000 in super, and he has what's called an unused super contribution limit or cap of $34,000. What is that? That's what's the important part. Since July 2018, so the 2018-19 year, 19-20 year, and now the 2021 year, so as of 30 June this year, the last 3 financial years, if you've got less than 500,000 in super, you're able to carry forward any of the cap that you didn't use. Now you can contribute or have your employer contribute up to $25,000 a year in super. Now, if you don't contribute to $25,000, you can now carry forward for up to 5 years, okay? And that's what's happened here. James has got 140,000. So let's say at 9.5% super is about 13 grand. That means it's about $12,000 that his employer hasn't reached the cap with over 3 years, 12, 3 to 36. So 34, very close to the numbers. So he's got $34,000 that he can contribute into super and claim a tax deduction for, or that can roll over for up to 5 years. Let's have a look at how this works. At the moment, he's got $244,000. The next thing we want to do is pull out $34,000 of super because he's over age 65. He's met a full condition of release. Pull $34,000 out of super, excuse me, and put it in the bank. Just put it into his own bank account. His own money, his own money. Next strategy, we're going to put it back into super. So we're going to go and put that $34,000 back into super. It's going to be a tax deduction is going to be claimed, meaning $5,100 or the tax rate of 15% is going to be applied to the $34,000, meaning he's going to end up with $238,900. So he started at $244, he's now got $238,900. Why would we do that? We've just lost 5 grand. Wait till the next slide. This is where the magic happens. His initial salary, $140,000, tax $39,667. After this strategy, $140,000, we claim a tax deduction of $34,000, taxable income $106,000, tax $26,000. Instead of $39,000, it's $26,000. He's going to save $13,230. That's what he's going to get back in his next tax return. Yes, his super fund will pay tax of $5,100. When he lodges his tax return, he's going to get $13,230 back. So $8,130 net gain because he's got a strategy that he's implemented, pulled some money out of super, recontributed it back to super. He's now used up his full caps, $13,230 in his own name, minus the $5,100 tax paid in super. He's $8,100 better off just because he is. All right, 5 minutes, nice, short and sweet. make sense? Little story about yours truly and my friend for the next 6 or so weeks. But this is about the strategies. With our Your Wealth Your Way, we want you to take full advantage of the time that you've got between now and the day you retire. That guy's days to retirement are limited. He's very close, but there's still strategies that we can use to be able to, implement and make changes or savings, towards building wealth or saving in tax, which is what we've done in here, savings in tax. All right, guys, I'll leave you there. Hope that all makes sense. If it's going to be assistance in you or your family, your mum or dad, anything like that, if they're in that range, probably above age 60, that's where that strategy really starts to work. So anyone who you know is over 60, send them my way. All right, have a great weekend and see you next week.